Finally. Hello, and welcome to the Championship Round-Up show with myself, Simon, and some guests. Well, I say guests, the regulars by now. You'll all know them when they come on. So, without any further ado, I will introduce them. First up, Mad Hatter himself, Mark. I hope he's never done this. By the way, it's just a funny clip we used to introduce him because of his bike challenge last season. So, how are you doing, Mark?
I'm fine, thank you. I got over yesterday, so I'm in a positive mood today.
Oh, good. Hate it when you feel like, believe you me, for the last 2 weeks I've been like, no, I don't want to do this show.
Get it out of the way before we play that horrible team down the road.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So next up, bit of a car crash when it comes on. So don't know why he's Lightning McQueen. It's supposed to be this one. There you go. And he's also the biggest wind-up merchant from Derby, but yet supports Nottingham Forest. Makes sense to me. Luke, how are you doing?
Great, until 5 minutes ago and starting fights with me.
I have not started a fight once yet. Emphasis on the yet. Emphasis on the yet.
A verbal confrontation, should we call it then?
Emphasis on the yet.
Sorry, man.
Yes. Right, and then this one, he loves this. He really does. He just likes it. He's a bit of a nutter that way, but you'll know him as Owen. I know him as Nutter. Owen. Hello.
Hello.
This order's all wrong.
Don't worry, there's no ice cream. Don't worry, there's no ice cream van to drive past today.
Oh, that's good then. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put the running order on from last week. Sorry about last week, everyone. I was poorly. I'm just going to tell you scores, and we'll talk about this week in a minute. So, as you see, Monday night we had Elton John's Watford 1-0 against Sheffield United. Brum 2-1 against Huddersfield Town. Yo-Yo City, which is Norwich 1, Wigan 1. Annie FC 2, Louis FC 3. Burnley 1, Mad Hatters 1. Preston North End 0, Hull 0, QPR 3. Picker County Borough 2. And then I've lost it all. Reading 2, Cardiff 1, Sheffield United 2, fucking Millwall 0, Stoke 2, Blackpool 0. Then it's gone past, so I'm going to have to do it this way, old-fashioned way. Stoke 2, Blackpool 0, Swans 0, Blackburn 3, Coventry postponed at home after months of preparation for the season. They couldn't even sort the pitch out.
Embarrassing.
It really is. Against Rotherham, it were postponed.
It was apparently because of the Commonwealth Games. They had rugby sevens games on there. That they teared up at the pitch. Apparently, that's what I've heard.
Well, we ground share with Huddersfield Giants, and our pitches never looked as good.
Don't Bristol City ground share with their rugby team as well?
And Saracens also ground share with them. Coventry as well. So what's the problem? Why can't they just redo the pitch and then they play on it?
I think that's what they're trying to do, but Wasps don't want that.
Anyway, screw them. Steve Bruce, this one Monday night, Steve Bruce's West Brom 1, Elton John FC, because it's a little nod to Watford. I'm sorry, Mark. And that was 1-1. So this week's running is Elton John FC 1, Burnley 0. Thoughts and anything on that? Anyone? I'll go to Owen.
Basically,
you go.
Go on, Mark.
So, but basically, Burnley have got signed this player called Benson. He came on, was really good against us second half, and basically Watford just kicked him. That was how they're going to stop him play. So they did their physical stuff. They managed to get a goal, and then Burnley played the passing game, possession game, hit the bar right at the end. Were unlucky. So you're never going to get me to say anything complimentary about the team in yellow. So end of.
Moving swiftly on. Owen, thoughts?
Personally, I think right now Burnley really need a striker, and I think I showed on Friday night. I didn't really watch much of it, but from what I read, or from what the replies to the Burnley tweets were saying, the Burnley full-time tweet was saying, that Burnley fans think they need a striker.
Luke, out to add to that?
Nah, not really. I didn't watch the game, so I can't really.
Fair enough. And I didn't. I've just had enough of football at the moment, to be fair. We've had a comment in from Oni G. Welcome to the show. Yeah, apparently there was 65 rugby games in 3 days or something at Coventry.
That's not possible, is it?
So it is if it's rugby sevens. I think it's like 20 minute a match, 10 minutes a match, so or something like that. So could be very possible. And yes,
remember to hydrate.
Yeah, with Bristol Bears. Yes, hydrate. It's a warm one. I'm finishing this off first, then I'm going on to the lovely Yorkshire Terrier beer from York Brewery.
Real thirst quencher, those are.
It's delicious. Leave me alone. So that's enough of that one. Cardiff one, or as I've dubbed them, Brum. Neil, any thoughts?
In 6, I was on the way to our game.
I was on late at town game.
I shall comment on this one. It was a bit of a reality check for Birmingham. Obviously, they've had a decent start to the season, be it drawing with Luton and beating Town 2-1. But I think it's a bit of a reality check, which did them a world of good, because they are going to be in the relegation battle. I think their fans have accepted that. But it's a case of just getting all the points they can. It was a bit of a reality check that they are going to be in the battle and not in the promotion race. But yeah, it was a good result for Cardiff to show that they don't want to be near where they were last season.
I think Cardiff have signed, is it 13 players? I think that's what I've heard.
I have no idea.
I thought it was 19.
The stats expert on Championship shows out on his holiday still, isn't he? So
Inexcusable.
Mr. Fact Checker himself, Annie. So
he knows the ins and outs about Cardiff. So.
He really does. He knows more about the Championship than most of us, to be fair. So next up, Blackpool 0, Swansea 1.
I mean, great win for Swansea. Obviously, I think they needed that off the back of losing 3-0 to Blackburn. They do tend to play like possession, like with like loads of the ball. I saw Andy's tweet earlier. I think it was like the most possession or something. Has top 4 most passes or something have been completed by like Swansea players. In fact, I've just seen a tweet now. Total passes in the Championship, top 4 are Swansea players. Harry Darling 122, Carl Norton 120, Matt Grimes 111, and Nathan Wood Gordon 104, all in the same game.
Bloody hell.
Magical.
I know.
Nuts.
But
Right.
yeah.
Go on.
No, you go on, Luke. I haven't really got much more to say.
Go on. Basically, Swansea. If you play Swansea, pretty much just sit off behind the ball, and you've got a good chance of winning. I think Blackpool, they were unlucky. They created some good chances. Obviously, they missed a penalty. You know, if you have a penalty, you expect to score it unless Dean Anderson's in goal. Yeah, it was it's a good result for Swansea because obviously Russell Martin was under a lot of pressure going into the game. And it was decent performance from Swansea. Blackpool obviously unlucky not to get anything from the game, but good result for Swansea.
I'd just like to say the fantastic result. They were coming off a massive batter, and it's good to get back onto winning ways. Mark, out to add?
No, nothing really.
Right, the one I've been waiting for. Huddersfield Town 3, Stoke, or as I've dubbed them for this week, Joke City 1. I mean, I don't know where to begin, other than we actually came out and started playing football this week. It's like we've been on holiday for the last 2 weeks, last 3 games. I mean, everyone were calling for Schofield to be out after the first game, so that tells you how good we've been performing. But we turned up, we signed that young lad from Villa. I mean, it was like a new breath of fresh air comes to the team. We outclassed them in every sense. We didn't drop his heads like we normally do when we go 1-0 down, so it was good.
I think you didn't go 1-0 down, so
I meant to say when we let one in. Yes, I said it wrong, Luke.
Always I was just making an observation.
Always with your corrections. Just go suck an egg.
Wait.
So
I saw this tweet, Simon.
Swear. What's that?
Were you good or were they bad?
We was good, and we actually played with passion. You know, that's what we've been lacking. Like, we haven't been playing football. Players just didn't look like they wanted to be at the club, let alone play football. And then on Saturday, they turned up as if to say, right, we're back in it. We're going to play football. And we did make them look terrible. They had good spells, but not really. You know, they had about 10 minutes in the entire 90 what made them look good. We made them look like a League One side.
Simon, you know,
League One side soon, so
you know how you mentioned that player that you saw from Villa. Where, like, what position does he play?
Right back.
In the changing room.
It's not left back, dum-dum.
Sorry,
Now I'll
Simon.
pick you up on your stupid corrections. It's right back, not left back in the changing room like you play. It's right back, right wing back, just like...
I scored the other day, thank you very much.
So shut up. Anyways, yeah, he made it look like a fresh breath of fresh air, basically. We looked miles better. We've controlled it better. We've played miles better. Last 3 games we've played, we've just been embarrassing.
Wait. We mentioned with Swansea, it was like a good comeback after getting battered and going out in the cup against Oxford. It's virtually like that for Town after losing the first 3 games, getting battered by Preston in the cup.
Yeah, it felt different. It just felt like they've finally woken up and realised that there's, a job to do. Whereas the 3 games previous, they were just, like I say, still on holiday. They were just couldn't give a dying.
Like it's still pre-season.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, take that away from Stoke. And just to explain why I called Stoke a joke, they scored the goal, and as you don't, well, Mark, you'll know, fans are cordoned off in that stand, aren't they? Some of them rushed over, giving it large, but the majority went up to top end and dived across and started fighting with Town fans. So, bit of a joke situation.
Didn't you also sing "Is This a Library" and then you scored like directly after?
Yes, they sung "Is This a Library?" and then 2 minutes, with a minute after they sung it, we scored. So they sung it again, and we scored a minute after as well. So 2 goals were down to them singing that song. And we just had rest at afternoon taking piss out of them. So, and then as you go down to from the away end going down towards the coaches, now you'll go the other way, won't you? You come out and then go to right. Well, bottom of the hill where I met you, they were all stood there giving it large, trying to beat up families going past with kids, and police horses were stood in front of them, and they were still trying to get through to try beat up families with kids. So, yeah, Stoke, you're an absolute joke. Moving swiftly on, unless you guys want
Stoke
to
away.
I'm going.
Don't go Stoke away.
I want to go Stoke away. Bring it on.
It's not nice.
Bring it on. I want to go, mate.
Apparently, the food's a joke from this. What I've been told.
Didn't eat there. Couldn't tell you.
How about the road though?
I won't eat from Stoke anyway. I'll take my own signings. I'm a tight Yorkshireman. Don't like paying out money.
Anyway, should we move on to the next game, which I think is... I can't remember what it was.
It's a football match.
It's
contested between
Tigers.
Yo-Yo City.
Yo-Yo City 1, also known as Norwich.
Magic.
I think Hull have sort of started and they've got something about them that several times have come from behind.
Against Annie FC.
But yeah, considering I think there's a lot of teams that really started slow, and Norwich, there's an expectation that the last 2 years in the Championship they've smashed the league and they're expected to do the same, but not knowing it from fact, but it doesn't appear that they've made a lot of signings, and they've not hit the ground running. And I won't mention league tables because they should be mentioned after 3 games, but yeah, they haven't made the start they want, and Hull seem to have made a good start, come from behind, so they've obviously got some fight in the team, and I didn't see the goal, but
I've tipped Hull to go up. I think they're the dark horses of this league this season. I think they're going to do really well.
I tipped the opposite.
Go ahead, Mark.
I tipped the opposite just because they've got a Turkish manager, and all they seem to be doing was signing Turkish players that he knew, not necessarily people that have played in the league before. But But I'd be like to see if I'm proved wrong. But yeah, I've started well. But as I said, let's wait until 10 games before we even look at the table and see how teams are doing.
Yeah, I agree with Mark there. I don't think we can be look at the league table too much earlier on in the season, because it's hard to know where the team really is until after about 10 games, because some teams might have started off slow, or some teams might have just come out of the traps quick, and then they might just slow down a bit. So it's hard to look at the table now and know where teams really are.
Yeah, I agree.
If it were down to me, I'd ban the league tables being released until after Christmas, because that's when it's the crunch time. That's when you start going.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean, and looking where we can finish.
Press and TV, they need something to talk about, and they can talk for about a month. Just the fact that some team from Manchester is bottom and Norwich are bottom, and it gives them something to talk about, basically.
Yep. What's with the look, Luke, when I said if it were down to me, I'd ban them until Christmas?
It just doesn't make sense.
Why don't it?
After 10 games is all right, because it's 10 games, but after Christmas, that's like halfway through the season, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So it means something then, doesn't it? Does it not?
Of course, Simon, yeah, you do you.
Does it not mean something after Christmas? Does it not signal the back end of the season where it's going to be hard?
Where were Blackburn at Christmas, and where did they finish?
Yeah, so your point being.
Exactly.
Where was West Brom when Bruce came in?
Finish there, Simon, does it?
Just saying. Where were you guys after 7 games in last season?
Yeah, bad start, dodgy manager.
Anyways, all I was saying is, for me personally, I'd prefer it after Christmas. I don't get your problem.
You don't have to look at it after.
Anywho,
can we move
Mark,
on so I can get the painful?
Get your game out of the way, son. Go on.
Oh my god. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Good goal.
Basically, we've had 2 home games against Birmingham and Preston, who I don't think are a great attacking force. Bear in mind, we battered Preston 4-0 last year, and the managers come out and said, we're not going to be trying to play Luton at the footballing game. And they just set out to be defensive. Yes, they scored a good goal, but could have been avoided. And an interesting stat, so we've played 2 home games. Booking count, Luton 0, Preston, Birmingham 9. So basically teams are time wasting, they're playing defensive. I know it's down to us to break them down, but yeah, we just didn't get any fluency in the game. We couldn't seem to sort of get momentum and create many opportunities. We're a bit better in the second half, but I think we've signed Morris and Corley Woodrow from Barnsley, and I basically just think they're not clicking at the moment. And yeah, it was just a poor game, and obviously teams have looked at what we did last year and have decided that the way to go forward is to just be defensive. If we get a point, it's a good point. If we get a win, it's a bonus. But from our point of view, we've got to work out how to play against these teams that are showing no ambition, are just well organised. They'll sit deep, they'll have the banks of 4, and they'll basically waste time. I actually thought I saw a directive that they were meant to be cutting out the time wasting, making sure that the ball's in play more this season. But I've not seen any of it in 3 games. It's teams are just allowed to waste time, and then they don't book anyone until about the 80th minute when they've been doing it all game. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't play well and we were just poor. But I think it will get better once all the players gel and it will come together. I mean, I know it sounds very simple, but you score the first goal, it stops the time waste, it stops the defensive play because they've got to come out. But it's just crucial that we get the first goal, and we didn't. And Preston parked the bus, basically.
How's Horforth been, by the way, Mark?
He's really good. Yeah, I mean, he had no chance with the goal. He had no chance with the one at Burnley, but he commands his box. He's looks assured. He's definitely started as our number one, and yeah, looks a good signing, and yeah, he'll definitely be our number one this season, injuries apart. You obviously won't recall him, so yeah, we've all been very impressed with him.
Yeah, good to hear that he's doing well, and yeah, I did see what you said about them trying to cut out time wasting in the Championship, but obviously from what you said, it isn't. You haven't seen any of that so far.
No, I mean the keepers are the worst. They'll, yeah, it's just like ridiculous how much time wasted, and then they'll take a throw in, and then three players pretend to take it and let someone else take it. But the thing is, and the first, sorry to go on about it, but the first game we played Birmingham, the referee called the Birmingham captain over after 23 minutes, told him to stop time wasting, but then he didn't book anyone until the 70th for time wasting. So it's, yeah, I've not seen that they're doing anything about it. I think they're talking the talk. And I'm not saying that if we're in front with 10 minutes to go, we won't try and manage the game. I think it's one thing managing the game, it's another thing just completely. But at the end of the day, we've got to sort of find a way of sort of creating a chance, scoring and bringing them out, and we haven't done that in 2 home games. And yeah, so yeah, disappointing game, but we go again Tuesday, and I think it will click when all the players gel. But yeah, it's just a frustrating start, basically.
Since you've mentioned it, I'm going to say my piece on it. The time wasting thing, it is a farce. I mean, Brum did it after they went 1-0 up, and it's like, what is the point? Now I can see it. Last 5, I can understand why you want to waste the time. Stop them progressing, and but to do it 10, 15 minutes into a game, it's an absolute joke, and they need to be brought up. But EFL referees, yet again, they're not consistent. Tuesday night, for instance, in Cup against Preston, he let 5 or 6 Preston players 2-foot tackles on Town players, and just let them go and carry on. And I didn't even give a free kick for it. And one of the lads who were in stand were what? Because he knows I shout a lot, and I tend to lose my voice out of game because I'm singing my head off. He says, you should start singing "Where's Your Blind Dog, Referee?" or "Where's Your White Stick, Referee?"
Yeah, I guess
it's literally taking the miss. You know what I mean?
As soon as they're booked, they're going to stop. If you get booked after half an hour for time wasting, I've never seen anyone sent off for 2 bookable offences for time wasting. So anyway, we didn't play well, and it's down to us to try and come up with stop.
Do you feel like you've been found out, Mark?
I wouldn't say found out. Part of our team evolving is the fact that obviously we did really well last year, and teams are trying to come back, counteract that by saying we're not going to go to Luton and try and play football. So we've got to come up and we've got to counteract that. And it's part of our team evolving that any team gets a success, other teams will try and stop them playing. So I wouldn't say found out, but I just think we need to try and be a bit more creative and a bit more,
productive.
I can't fault the effort. The effort is just there from every player. It's not that not trying. They're giving 100%, but I think it's. I think especially when it's so hot Saturday,
Oh,
just get the first goal, then it stops the time wasting, and they've got to come out. And then if they come out, it's no different to any other game. If the teams have to come out, then it will create more gaps behind. And but yeah, it's
sort of like break them down on counter attack as well.
Yeah, but Birmingham and Preston both came for a draw, and Preston got 3. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think it will improve when players settle down. It's just at the moment, it's just a bit of a hard
That
watch.
gelling in period, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're all forward players, they're all attacking players. So it's getting the best formation. It's yeah. But anyway, that's enough about our game.
Luke, are you on with the time wasting or?
Well, I think obviously the yellow card system is enough to should be enough to warn players into not time wasting, but it's obviously not doing that. So something has to be done. It doesn't seem as much of a problem in the Premier League as the Championship and other. I don't know about League 1 and 2, but there used to be something more than just a yellow card, maybe a fine if so many players do it a number of times.
Personally, I think
Simbin.
No, Simbin's going to ruin the fucking sport altogether. VAR's already destroyed football. Don't bring in Simbin, or that's going to just destroy football in general. It's a pantomime circus if you're going down the Simbin route. I think you should work it out. Mathematics, statistic people out there should be good at it. Work out who's doing the time wasting, how long they've time wasted, and find the clubs of the teams what do it. That much money, and then instead of giving it back to EFL, give it to a non-league football team.
If they do fines, they won't do that. I agree with you.
No amount of money will put them off. If they win 3 points by time wasting and they get a £10,000 fine, they won't care.
Deduct the points off them.
That's a bit harsh.
No,
The thing is, it's easily stopped if they.
Well, if that's the case, Owen, how many points would you have lost last season from Samba alone?
How many points would you have lost last season from Lee Nichols alone?
Well, depending how many points you want to take off for time wasting, it would have been 6 matches.
6 matches? How many minutes?
He got booked 6 times for time wasting last season. That's why I'm telling you it would have been 6 matches. So whatever that equivalent to your point system, Owen, since it's your system, you have to say how many points would have been deducted.
Anyway,
minus 18.
Nothing will ever change, so we just got to put up with it.
But Samba was just as bad. Hashtag just saying. Hashtag last season. Let's move on. Fucking Millwall 3. Coventry.
I'm Bagsy this
2.
game first.
Go on then.
Obviously, Coventry. I think the fixtures are going to be piled up, and obviously we've already got a hectic schedule because of the World Cup being in November, the World Cup break. So we've already got a hectic schedule before the World Cup. So, and obviously they've already had 2 postponed home games, which is not going to help that schedule even more. But they shouldn't be bottling a 2-goal lead to Millwall.
Well, they had a player sent off as well, didn't they? Which compounded the issue.
Yeah, that didn't help. But wasn't that in the second half though? Because that was Coventry went 2-0 up, and then Millwall started fighting back, and then I think it was second half that the red card was.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, were they winning when they went down to 10 men?
I'll just check the Coventry Twitter. Yeah, I'm just checking
Whilst we're
now.
having them, whilst you're checking that, I would like to remind people. Oh, great! My computer's playing up again. I should have said my laptop. If you like what you see, don't forget to like. It costs you nothing. Just click the button with thumbs up. Or if you're on Twitter, the love at. If you also like what you see, don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Just click the notification bell, make sure it's on. And then follow, which I should have left that one till later on because we put his details up for you to follow us. But go on, Owen, I know you found your stats now, mate.
Yeah, the red card was in the 67th minute when it was 2-2.
Oh, right, okay.
Well,
That is just the worst, isn't it? Like, especially with the heat we had Saturday, any team that goes down to 10 men and you've got to play like 30 minutes in that heat with 10 men, it's just like, I can just imagine some of the conversations in the changing room don't go down to 10 men today of all days.
Yeah, because obviously we're having drinks break, like, it was virtually halfway through every half, wasn't it? Then pause for drinks break.
Yeah, 25 minutes and 70-ish for us.
Yeah, that's what it was for us today.
Which I think is a good idea. You know, they're going to be losing more, what's the word, energy and substance, whereas we can just drink till his heart's content and it stands.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see this in the World Cup as well, with it being in Qatar. Yes, I know they've got air-conditioned stadiums, but I think we'll still see drinks breaks in that.
I still think Qatar should have had their World Cup taken off them.
Obviously, human rights I think will be here forever if we went into why Qatar should be hosting the World Cup. So let's move on.
We could have that as a rant-to-banter segment or a show later on, and we'll just talk about why Saudi Arabia's money going into Newcastle's a bad thing, and you know.
They all love that.
That's why I suggested it. Anything to add, Luke, on fucking Millwall 3, Coventry 2?
I think Coventry lacks a bit of backbone, especially in the second half. Going down to 10 men obviously would not have helped. I haven't seen the red card, so I don't know how good or bad of a decision it was. But still, going down to 10 men isn't going to help your team.
Especially in heats like that. So, let's move on. Rotherham 4, Reading, zilch.
Who saw this coming?
It's going down with a tenner in the bank.
Not me.
Hey.
I have to say, I know it's only 3 games, but obviously I expected Rotherham to struggle, and they might still, but I didn't see them winning 4-0. Because Reading Reading have made a decent start, albeit it's only 2 games.
I think it's a keeper that lets Reading down. I don't think Lumley's good enough. I think he's got a mistake in him.
Quality.
He's got a mistake in him.
Jordan Smith is better.
There was warned before he went to Reading as well.
Yeah. I mean, they could have brought in like a better keeper for like main keeper.
You know what? We could have lent him Ryan Schofield. Mind you, it's just as bad, to be fair. Rotherham 4-0. Talking of Rotherham, you know, Chuckle Vision off BBC. It was 4 years ago since his brother passed away. Where's 4 years gone?
Jeez.
I read it the other day. I'm like, bloody hell, 4 years ago already. Anyways, moving swiftly on then. I don't know who's next up.
Louis Von FC versus QPR.
There you go. You're better than me. Louis Von FC is as you know, Louis a massive Sunderland fan.
Well, my
This is his
passionate-
actual phone case as well. Sorry, Mark, go on.
My friend who's passionate QPR said it was undeserved points, but he'll take it.
I mean, I think a point's good when it's like undeserved, when you know you haven't deserved it, but you've basically housed the point.
And
I
when
mean-
you've travelled from London up to Sunderland and you snatch a draw. It's the best feeling knowing that you're going home and you haven't lost. I know from experience. So a good free kick and a keeper late goal, and
It was a cracking free kick, top corner, top
as
bins.
he said, we didn't deserve it, but I'll take it.
I have to say, for Sunderland, that Ellis Sims from Everton's firing, isn't he? Is that 3-2 for him now?
Shh,
Yeah.
don't talk about him. We don't talk about Ellis Sims. Tom was supposed to get him, but he didn't come to us. He went to Sunderland instead. And Jess.
Oh,
Also, he had a cracking. They had a cracking goal. Build-up play from Pritchard. I think it was for Sims's goal. To be fair, it was.
Pritchard's quality. He's championship level player.
I think
Wait.
Sunderland do all right. I don't see them being playoff contenders, but yeah.
I see him being mid-table. I think
Yeah.
mid-table for them.
But overall, it were a good game from what I've seen. Good goals. We've got to talk about the free kick. It were just top bins, top quality from Chair. And goalkeeper, his manager says, I couldn't call him back. He'd already run up. He got told, like, when he were just crossing a halfway line that it's gone up. He's like, by his assistant, he says, is he all right to go up? I couldn't call him back. Anyway, it came good and it worked out for us because he had a good build-up on that as well. He went for first header, first bit, came down, banged it in. It was like, yeah, get in. For second header, wasn't it? So, good goal, good game overall. Next up, go on, Owen, since you know already.
I think it'd be like Borough, Sheffield United or something, wouldn't it?
Nope.
Soon.
Wigan.
No,
Oh,
Annie.
Wigan.
It's
I
Wigan
have to
versus
say,
Annie.
Bristol
And
City
Donegal.
Bristol City go 1-0 up and then just forget where the back of the net is.
They forget how to defend as well.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do that anyway.
They've
Yep.
taken the lead in all 3 games they've played in so far, and they've only got 1 point to show from it. Game
Don't
management.
forget, Annie said they're going to win the title and go up as
Yeah.
champions.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
I think.
We've got them Tuesday. You just know what's going to happen. Naismith.
You're going to turn up and win 4-0. That's what's going to happen, Mark.
4-1,
I
because
think
Naismith's going to score for him.
Oh, you just know he is, don't you?
Mhm.
I think game management is a big factor in football when you go 1-0 up and just managing the game. But Bristol City just can't seem to do that to save their life.
The thing that confuses me is that because Naismith obviously joined them because he wanted to go to the club that's got the best manager in the league. His words. So and
That's strange. I'm sure, I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure Luton's manager got manager of the year.
Yeah, he did.
Mm.
But
And
anyway,
the best
so-
manager of 21-22 season.
But the fact that they've not kept the lead and they've got the best manager in the league is a bit confusing, isn't it?
Slightly confusing and concerning, if you ask me. I mean,
Anyway, we'll see what happens Tuesday.
bit of a backward geezer, if you ask me, for that. But there's no loyalty in football no more.
Mm.
You know, it is what it is, you know. But
Well, yeah, I mean,
Next game.
apparently they blew it out the water with wages and offered him a 3-year deal. So I can't really blame him. But anyway, yeah. So that's another lead they haven't held on to. But I don't know whether Wigan away a point is seen as a good result, because I don't really know what to expect from Wigan this season. I don't know if they're just gonna like hover between middle and near the bottom, but never be in a relegation.
To be honest, I haven't seen out of Wigan this season.
No. I think they'll be bottom half without ever being in a relegation battle. That's my gut feeling, without having anything to back it up, basically.
But Sunderland's been on 3 times in a row now. They even had the game against Sheffield Wednesday in Cup.
3 times what?
They've been on TV 3 times.
Oh, don't start me. That team that I don't like, their first 3 games have been on Sky.
Yeah. And
wait, who's on Sky next week?
Sunderland, Sheffield United.
Oh, that's a cracker.
Or is that this
because
week?
Luke's doing a watch along. That's midweek.
That's midweek, isn't it, that one?
The following weekend we're on.
Oh, so no one's watching it then, Mark.
Oh yeah, you're on Friday night against Sheffield United at home, and then it's Sunderland versus Norwich.
See,
Yeah,
Sunderland, that's 4 times in a row this season.
Yeah, but everyone loves Sunderland.
Because Simon, the Championship is just a stepping stone for them back to the Premier League.
Oh yeah,
You mean
because
like
everyone loves Sunderland because they're only just like passing by through the Championship because they're a big club and they deserve to be in the Premier League.
Yeah, they're massive. If it goes off fans, right, then Bournemouth, shouldn't be in the Premier League because they only get 16,000.
Not even that. The stadium holds 11,000.
No, sorry, 10,000, wasn't it?
Sky have their favourites and they're not even subtle about it.
But it's disgusting and wrong. We can argue that could be another debate on the ranting sessions.
Yeah, they hated us doing well. They hated us doing well last year because they had to put us on like that 6 times in the last month, and they just hated it.
Now,
anyway.
I know these 2 below me is going to take this as a, throwing my teddies out at cop moment, but as a neutral, you probably would have watched the playoffs, as you were part of it as well. But did you watch the Huddersfield Town Forest playoff final, Mark?
Yeah, most of it.
Now, did you watch any build-up to that game in particular?
No, I was too busy.
All right, well, it was just Forest. Oh, and I guess we have to mention Huddersfield Town. Forest.
I thought you were at the game, Simon. How do you know anything about the build-up if you were at the game like me? You don't know anything about the build-up because you're at the game.
Because people tend to, record player finals and watch them back to see where you go wrong.
It's on YouTube as well,
and also on YouTube.
I don't know. I live in the moment.
You can check it out.
I've seen it on YouTube.
But literally the entire same as FA Cup when we played them in FA Cup. Oh well, they've had a good run against all these Premier League teams, and they're going to beat Huddersfield Town. They didn't even.
No, they didn't say
when
that.
The ball came out. When the ball came out against
Simon.
I'm talking, Luke.
Can we get back to the Championship?
I'm talking, Luke.
Take your
I'm talking. It was when ball came out. Forest, Huddersfield Town. Oh well, Forest are going to win that. They've got Liverpool in next round. When they did the draw, 5th round draw or whatever it was. Anyway, so second to last game, Borough 2
versus
Sheffield.
I didn't even know they were playing today. Pardon my ignorance of the Championship.
Borough 2,
Uh,
Sheffield United 2. I didn't see a game because I was out.
I saw the tweets and replies and to the Sheffield United tweet, and it sounds like I think it was the second goal was poor defending.
I was on the way to the game. I don't know.
Who's echoing?
Luke.
Okay, yeah.
See, little Luke. Get a proper mic. What's that? Can't hear you. Borough 2, Sheffield United 2. Fair result, if you ask me. It's two quality sides.
I think they'll
did get to
both
see
be
it
up there this
myself, so,
season.
You know, but there's that. And then, can you lip read? No, I can't. Can you lip read?
Blackburn 2, West Brom 1.
I got this score correct. And, well, I mean, I didn't watch the game, obviously, because it wasn't on Sky. I don't know why it was on a Sunday. I think it was because of they both, West Brom and Sheffield United played to run the Carabao Cup on Thursday.
Okay.
And obviously all this thing with they have to have something off, like, so when you see games and European games on Thursday, they always play on a Sunday.
Got to have 3 days between games.
So how come?
Or something.
Except for Easter.
How come Elton John's team played on the Monday
night and then Friday.
That's more than 3 days.
No, if you need certain amount of time before.
Don't forget they weren't in the EFL Cup, so they haven't played in midweek.
Hang on, why weren't they?
Oh, because don't start me.
Go on, Mark.
Hang on.
Mark rants about Watford.
This is a joke. Burnley were on, or Norwich were on. Then why aren't Burnley and Watford on?
Who finished third from bottom in the Premier League last year?
Burnley.
Was it that they finished third from bottom and therefore the bottom two went into the EFL Cup? I'm only guessing, but...
Well, that seems such a stupid idea. Everyone should be in. If everyone in the Championship should be in from day one.
Hang on. Well, Watford finished 19th, yet Burnley and Norwich should have to do the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. I think it's because the numbers, they needed 2 teams for the draw, and then they made it.
Why don't you just do Burnley? Why don't you do Burnley?
It's a tin pot. It's a tin pot trophy anyway. Who cares about it? Not me.
Yeah, you'll be the
first. I do, because that was our greatest ever day in our club's life.
Who's ever heard of a Carabao energy drink anyway?
Me. It's sold in my corner shop.
I've drunk it a few times. It's quite nice.
I don't drink energy drinks.
Anyway, I actually backed Blackburn to get in the playoffs, and I think I got mocked on the show before the season started. I know it's only 3
Not by me.
Mind you, it depends on Brereton staying fit, doesn't it? So
I can't remember if I put him in my play.
I noticed he scored. 17th. I noticed he scored again, so
and he got an assist.
I think they'll be up there, but win against West Brom.
What has Steve Bruce done to West Brom?
They've got a good squad to go up. He's a terrible
I noticed
manager.
Alex Moet went on loan to Middlesbrough this week. That's a good signing.
Yeah, but why would West Brom do that? Why would they sell him to a potential promotion rival?
West Brom will be
Yeah.
nowhere near the top 6. End of debate.
Unless they wanted him off the wage bill, but yeah, you don't know, do you?
Mm.
There's no way.
So, who's the first manager to get sacked in the Championship? Just a random
Ooh.
question. It's a time
Nigel
filler because
Pearson.
we've got 5 minutes left.
I'm
Steve
going
Bruce.
for the Stoke manager.
Start
Nigel
manager.
Pearson.
I'm going Steve Bruce.
So, I'm going to say Dennis Garfield by Christmas.
Oh.
Now, I
I
think I'll be nearly manager second in that because I think we normally get them the first international break week, but we don't have international breaks, do we, this year?
Yeah, third week in September.
Oh, yeah, we do, don't we? Oh yeah, because it's Nations League.
Yeah.
What is the point when they've got a World Cup anyway?
Oh
Anyway.
my God, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Just don't make
you've
sense.
got the World Cup, they've already got to cram the schedule in to like pack it in before the World Cup, and you're adding 2 like a week or however long it is for international break.
So, any other random questions you want to throw out there?
So we haven't done team of the weekend.
Oh yeah, team of the
yeah.
weekend. Who's got it?
Rotherham.
No.
Well, I'm gonna go with.
I'm going with Blackburn.
Okay,
Rotherham.
I'm going with Millwall.
I am too.
Nice.
2-0 down, and
Yeah, I'll
they
go
win
Millwall.
3-2.
Yeah,
And it's
You know.
bloody hot, so oops, not meant to swear. Yeah.
No, listen, you're allowed to say anything and everything on this channel.
No, I just think because
Barring
it's
the
hot,
sea
you
Huddersfield are
like
terrible.
Whey!
down, you're having to chase the game, and yeah, I'm going for Millwall.
Yeah.
Millwall it is.
My ambition is that we actually win our team of the week once this season.
Well, when you destroy Watford 4-0, I will
4-1.
literally.
Ian Davis get on the score.
Oh yeah.
When
We'll literally just give it you for that week. We won't even do a show. We'll just have a full hour of you describing how good each goal was.
Yeah, so when we beat Watford, it's a 2-hour show, and
2-hour show of how good Luton's performance was against Watford. How's that? Dedicated just for you.
So who's everyone playing this week?
Everton.
Who? Norwich Tuesday, and I forgot who we're playing Saturday. Coventry away apparently. But
Shall I
I saw something on. Sorry.
Shall I tell you about my week?
Yeah, go on then, Matt.
On Tuesday, we've got Bristol City away. On
Nice.
Saturday, we've got Swansea City away.
You may as well
Very
stay
nice.
in that like region
You
of
might
the
as well
country
just-
then.
Yeah. Just stay in the hotel halfway between them both.
And in 10 days' time, we then have Cardiff away.
Hang on, okay, there's a positive to this. At least you get them all out of the way and done with.
Yeah.
You get
yeah,
them
we
out of the way
should
and
do.
done with, and then
We should-
you've got them at home later on in the season where you don't have to, well, virtually have to travel.
Yeah, that does tend to be how the games work out, to be fair.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
we got
shit, Sherlock.
Bristol, Swansea. So
Oh
basically,
my, sorry, mate.
we're on the M4 virtually the whole of August.
Well, it's not.
We're all going on an M4 tour.
It does feel like that. But yeah. Well,
What I saw earlier, now I don't know whether this is true or not, but if they can't sort the pitch in time for Saturday, Town will be playing Coventry at home.
Right, just reverse the fixture.
Yeah. Don't know
Well,
whether there's any truth behind it or not, but.
Because you know how Coventry and Wasps don't get on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a big cat fight between them about it, and Wasps are saying, well, you had the chance to, you knew the games were being played from the Commonwealth Games, and you had the opportunity to not have any fixtures at home till after August, and yeah, they've basically been blaming each other and basically saying Wasps didn't do enough to sort of get the pitch sorted. So yeah, they're just having a. But they've never liked each other. They've always like had this fight about all the time that they wouldn't play there, and it's not a marriage made in heaven, is it?
No, but to be fair, it's not down to the Wasps or Coventry. It's down to EFL and the RFU. Surely. They're the two main companies behind each other. And then the Olympics, Commonwealth, Commission should have been on board. They all should have sorted it out. You know what I mean? They should have sorted it between them before fixtures were even thought of.
It is embarrassing.
About it.
Like, you're having a pitch inspection in August. I actually thought it was a wind-up when I saw it on Twitter the first time.
I thought it were a parody, me. I honestly did. I thought, are they that scared they're trying to get out of games already? You know what I mean? I honestly thought it were a massive wind-up, but then it got called off.
And I've seen better Sunday pictures. You look at that pitch, it was just absolutely embarrassing.
Welcome to Sherlock One. Up the forest, he said. And then he says Huddersfield finally got a win. Yes, they did. 3-1. Against Stoke. So, yeah. But surely it's the RFU. Is it RFU? Royal Rugby Football Union or something?
Well, if they thought it was
It's whatever
going to be
managed Rugby Sevens, isn't it?
Well, no, because that's Commonwealth. They should have been on board with it. That's what I'm saying.
If there was any,
Commonwealth, Coventry City and the EFL should have gone together and had the meeting with the RFU and Commonwealth to sort out fixtures, sort out, if it's right with what Only G said, 65 rugby games in 3 days, the pitch is going to be a bit battered.
But then Coventry should have said, can we not have a home game in the fixtures till whenever? And then they could have. Anyway, that's their problem.
Apparently, according to Laquan, Blackburn's looking strong.
Yeah, they have made a promising start to win at Swansea and to have win against West Brom. They are looking good. I'm in the executive box for Blackburn.
Oh, very nice.
So we'll see.
Is that the one with double glazing? Is it that end? I'm not taking Mick out his stand either. I'm just saying, is it that end?
Yeah, it's that end.
Right.
It's my friend's 50th, so we're going in there to celebrate his 50th.
Very nice. And you get half-time meal as well. Food,
we're making a day of it. So yeah.
I've got to ask now. I'll ask the question. You don't have to answer it, but because you live in fake Dons, and then you're going to Luton for a massive piss up for 50th, will you be stopping in Luton or will you get a taxi back?
No, we'll be getting taxi back. Unfortunately, I live about 2 miles from the franchise ground. So,
what?
I hate them.
And
they can't even sit on the ground. Tin Pot Club.
Laquan, yes, Pollard is doing really good, and we're really happy with him, and he looks a good signing. So, we're really pleased with him.
So that's answered that one, Laquan. Lewis said hi, and Laquan said yo, Louis. So there you go. Right, well, that's been lovely talking about random for the last 5-10 minutes. But if you liked what you've seen or heard, don't forget to click the like button or the love heart, since it's on Twitter as well. If you're on YouTube, give us a subscribe and turn on your notifications. It's muchly appreciated. And if you want to get in contact with any of us on the show and want to follow us on Twitter, our socials are scrolling along the bottom.
Have you changed
I'm
mine?
Simon.
No, you've not changed mine. That's sad.
Huh?
I've changed
Why
mine.
have you changed yours?
Yeah.
Have you? I haven't noticed because I don't take notice of yours.
How can you?
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. Chill out. Jeez.
One last. I know it's not Championship, but how can you get promoted to the Premier League and not have a shirt sponsor?
Going retro. I'd rather have no sponsor than a betting sponsor. Put it that way.
Yeah.
So what,
Can I just say, as an outsider who hates Forest,
Oh, it's a little bit salty still. Oh.
Not salty at all. I just hate.
Oh, but why do you hate Forest then, you donuts?
What? Because of your stupid set of fans on Twitter.
Sorry, couldn't hear still. Sorry, can't hear.
You're yawning because it's bullshit.
Put the salt on the chips.
Yeah, I have done.
I'm not getting involved.
That one, a row to Forest. Anyways, as I was trying to say before, I kept getting rudely interrupted by the wind-up merchant himself, Luke. Yeah, he's still giving it large in background. What a knob. Anyway, I rather do like the shirt without a sponsor on it. When Huddersfield Town did it, it looked rather smart. And Forest shirt, even though the what's the logo you've got? What company's made your shirt? Hummels, is it?
Macaron.
Macron, is it? I don't know. I don't know. Fucking, you can keep going crazy behind the scenes. I don't know sponsorships, you knob. Piss off.
Yeah, Macaron there.
Beats, right, Macron. Well, it beats Boxed or whatever it is from last season. It just looks stupid.
God.
Oh,
it's the corner.
Gobby cow. Shut up. Yeah, that one. That
looks last season's home shirt.
That looks stupid. You know, the box.
Do you have any sense about football shirt? Don't you dare mute me.
I am going to mute you.
Shut
up.
That sponsor there is the same as last season's.
I don't know what last season's was. All I know is
you could see the shirt there.
All I know is it has a stupid tree and 2 stars above it.
And then Champions League, 2 things you will never win, my friends.
Oh wow. Yawn. Typical Forest fan going back to your history. Oh, we won European.
At least we have history. What is your history? What is your history? Explain to me. Go on.
First team ever to win the league 3 times in a row. Have you done that? Have you done that? No. The answer is no. So shut up. That's what our stars stand for. I knew yours
Mark,
was
I think
for
we should get the popcorn.
What's it?
Yeah, I think I need another drink because I'm getting quite dehydrated.
I think I also need the popcorn
all
to watch
I'm going to say is the shirt looks smart without the sponsor.
Yes, okay, that's fine.
Oh, shut up.
No.
Shut up. You don't. The shirt without the sponsor looks rather good. It looks rather smart. Even though the Macron sign looks like someone's clapping, it looks a bit out of place. But that's just me. That's their symbol, and that's their symbol. Fair play to them. And it beats Huddersfield Town's on back of my away shirt. It's got Sports Broker, and it just makes the shirt look shocking. I can't get my name or number on it. It just looks pathetic. So, yeah, that's my mini rant.
Should round off the show now, then.
And also, Stoke commentators apparently said, how can you have a stadium called the John Smith Stadium and then everywhere have signs drink responsibly? But, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't their stadium a betting site? Isn't their shirt sponsor a betting site? And also everywhere plastered around their ground is bet responsibly.
We've actually turned down betting sponsorship to the tune of a lot of money because we think it's a bad. It's not. Bear in mind, a lot of children go to football and they can be influenced. Our owner has said that we will not entertain betting sponsors, no matter how much money they're offering to bring into the club, which is fair.
I think we got sponsored by Paddy Power for the entire season, but it was to take the sponsor off the shirt. They paid so much. They also paid for the fine for the. You remember the sachet shirt that came out of it? It's plastered.
I don't just mean the Huddersfield bash.
It were it were just the marketing to get them all talking. They paid for that fine. They paid for them not to have an actual sponsor on the shirt. They paid them so much money to take the sponsor off the shirt. So it was quite good. O'Brien, I could have told you that. I've said it about O'Brien for donkeys.
Toffolo was really good today as well.
Yeah. LJP rants out too. I did. Good. And he
was really good.
He wasn't really good. He was okay. I've seen him play better. I've seen him for more seasons.
I can't win.
Shut up. Toff has played better for Huddersfield Town. That's all I'm saying. He's had better games. That wasn't the best game he's had. That's my opinion. You say whatever. Anyway, also when is the next Simon rants out? Don't know yet. We've discussed it on show. We might be doing a special where we just have a complete rant about anything and everything, i.e. Sky, betting companies, all sorts, time wasting, referees, the usual sort of debates what we tend to have. Simon rants out on Huddersfield. When not just yet, maybe at Christmas when we're bottom of the league and we've not signed a striker what we need, or maybe then, but not just now. Look on. So I'm wrapping up now because Luke's took it way over with his moaning.
What? No. It's only me that takes over balls, not you. Never you.
Like, subscribe, follow, and we will update his Twitter handle like a mangy little weasel.
No, I just have you say my Twitter handle. That's all I say.
On that note, thanks for joining us. Take care, everyone. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and don't forget to grab a few drinks of water or beer in my case, because I need one after being on.
Water's good for you.
I need one having Luke on the show. So take care. Peace out. See you all later. Bye.